how did I get this idea of building the Hack Weekly community? So we were part. Okay, this started in June 2020, where there was a lockdown in India due to the COVID situation, and on a weekend, we 5 friends didn't know what to do. We were not able to roam. We were not able to meet each other. But what we were thinking is, okay, we'll participate in something related to our professional skill sets. So we started participating in machine learning hackathons, either analytics with the Janata Hack, which is a series started only in that lockdown. On every weekend, there will be a hackathon. There will be a problem statement given. We'll be able to try to solve that, and we'll also compete with each other. Who comes first, who comes last, and what are each other's approaches. We learn from each other. That is, see, the entire point of starting this and also developing this comes from the idea that we learn from each other, support each other. At the end of the day, it is that idea or the vision that helps grow throughout your journey afterwards. So what did I do? I was sitting in the balcony. I was in the leaderboard 10th or 15th position, I guess, out of the 100 members that were participating. I was thinking how to come on top. Even though I have done almost everything, I was not able to come on top 5 or top 3. That's what I was aiming for. Then what happened is something struck my mind of why not invite these people who are winning these hackathons and gather them and form a group. So I started with the 5 of my friends who are already participating and started inviting people through LinkedIn invites. What I did is I created a template. I added their names, and also I went through their profiles and what they were interested in. And in the template, at the last line, I added what I liked about their profile and what they were doing in their profession, and also say their personal interests. Also, I was able to gather using LinkedIn and some other sources. So this is how I invited everyone, and people were very happy to join that group. And also, it grew from 5 to 100 in a matter of few months. That is what is the power of learning and willingness to help others, and also gathering people of like-mindedness. So that is how the unexpected happened. So next thing is something emotional. I would still to date have that. 5 of us friends started, right? Some people, some of our friends left the group itself and they didn't want to join back. That can happen to anyone. Even if you start with 2-3 members, to anyone what can happen is even the core members may tend to leave. That does not mean you should stop from moving further. That is where you should have a strong vision in your mind. So in the next slide, I will give you a framework which you guys also can follow, so that like how I have tried to build a data science community, you also can try to build, and I can share more tips on that. So though there were few friends who had left, we kept on going. So now after 2 years, we have a active WhatsApp group where we have more than 300 members, and also in LinkedIn we have 2000 plus followers. And we have okay, the main I told you, right, not only technical things, we take in certain personal touch to our community. So we have multiple groups, one for each purpose. One is for a technical collaboration, the other one is of celebrating each other's wins and supporting each other's in their failures. And the next one is fun and sports activities. So what do we do when there is an IPL match? We watch it together, or we plan a weekend movie watch. So we watch it together, and also we discuss on certain things like in investment, crypto, in the investment group. And the next one is we try to help people by posting job referrals through our WhatsApp groups, and also we post interview tips and tricks so that they can crack the interviews. So each group is specific in such a way that only the interested people can join. if for example I'm not going to search for a job or an interview now, just I can leave that group, and whenever it is needed I can join back. That is how the idea is, start as a generalized group, but when you go further into certain months or years, what you should plan to do is to develop this into certain categories so that uh, the others are not affected. For example, what was initially happening is the idea, this is also one more crazy idea. What happened is, uh, we had a general group where everyone started posting anything and everything, like technical, celebration, sports, investment, even job. But others who were not at all interested in this also had to go through all the messages. So the idea is, once you grow at a large base, you should have laser focus, and you can have all the groups together so that whoever is willing and wishes to join, they can, and the others can actually leave. If you give an option for people to leave and join back, that is the most important part of a community. They are free to do anything, they have the freedom to do anything. So I've seen certain telegram groups or people joining but not contributing. So that is where the fundamental differs between a deep group and a shallow group. There can be 5,000 people in a telegram group, whereas in our group we have only 300 people. But the idea is everyone tries to communicate and everyone tries to help them. And we have published certain tech blogs in our website. So the idea for creating the website is to share our knowledge. Apart from sharing in the groups, we thought we'll have a website and we'll share our knowledge. And okay, let me come out and show you the website. Nirmal, can you see my screen now?
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay, so we have published some 5 blogs. So we started with the most popular activation function. So what we did is, as mentioned earlier, from start to the end we always focus on quality. So what we did is, we'll have only long blogs that can explain the subject matter in depth. So we have a minimum of 3,500 words per blog. And if you see the blog also, the comments, we have real readers who are trying to learn and uh, get value from the sessions, value from the blogs. So whenever you start a data science community, where you should start is to help people and find people who are trying to help others. The end point would be to always keep on giving value. Once you stop giving value, that's the end of the community. That's where it will go down. And even if you go down, you can make a comeback by providing better value and better strategies. So let me go back to the slides. So that is where we published technical blogs, and we are still publishing. If you want to become an author here, what our main focus is, you'll always be focusing on your area of expert. So that is how you produce quality blogs. You'll know and you'll be able to research on those topics. So the fourth one is, many of our Hack Weekly group members, they have transitioned into data science field, either from a non-technical background, from being a student to becoming a professional, from a student who is in a different background and wanting to make a transition to data science field. There are many examples of that. So this was possible because of the job and interview group and the celebration group. Whenever someone was able to transition, we were celebrating their success. And people, once after seeing being appreciated and valued, they also started working really hard, and others were trying to help them. It is kind of a friends group or a family. Whenever you need help, someone is trying to help you. So that becomes the strongest point of the Hack Weekly community. So the last point I would say is, in the near future we are trying to create some data science, ML and NLP courses.